All protocols observed. Good evening. Good evening. If you can hear me, say a better good evening. Good evening. I know you have taken dinner, so I am the one separating you between your award, your sleep, and your loved one. So allow me not to take a lot of time, and thank you all for being here tonight, even as we celebrate the winners of tonight, and even as we celebrate the great talents that are here. Thank you for the speakers who have spoken before me. I am happy to see Benhin Warubengo, one of my very close friends, a man that we have shaped each other. He shapes me in communications. I shape him in corporate governance, and I think we are very close with each other. Lilian Gashoki, who has also spoken, has also been part of my life in terms of my business. We met in an organization called BNI, Business Network International, which we are now both executive directors of different regions, owning different regions. And today, I want to say that you're in my region. This is my region, BNI Nairobi South, and this is actually one of the venues that I have a chapter that meets here. So thank you for being in Nairobi South region of BNI. I'm here to speak about a very dear topic to me about leadership and excellence. But before I say that, I want to congratulate Collins. Collins, the CEO of Topspin brand. This guy is a humble servant. He is a very dedicated man. He came to my office when he wanted to start the organization, and we sat for a few hours and discussed about what he can do different to make a difference in the market, in whatever market he was getting into. And he told me, PERMINUS, I would rather have a few people, but make sure I give them an excellent service. And I believe today we have seen that at play. From the time the dinner was served to the time the speakers are speaking, he has enhanced a very efficient and excellent service. Let's give a clap for Collins and give him his flowers. As Orbego said, yes, I have a flight to catch tonight to the UK because I'm also speaking tomorrow in another dinner in London, and therefore I'm not going to take a lot of time to speak. I was given a chance to speak on leadership excellence, entrepreneurship, innovation, and transformation of businesses in Africa for the growth of Africa. For those who have heard me before, you know that I'm very passionate about the African dream, because most of us we grew up in some villages where we were only thinking that the good things can come from the West. But I am here as an advocate of African for African and to the Africans. I am a believer that we are supposed not to be mediocre when excellence is an option. I am here to challenge us tonight, even as we get awarded. It is an award for the work we have done, the excellence we have done. But I start to challenge us to make sure that this excellence is not only going to remain in our own companies, but we shall start thinking of how the bigger African dream shall be. Recently, just this week, we completed the Africa Summit, and I believe that was a big opportunity for all of us. I know we could have different perspectives about it, but I'm here to challenge us to think strategically, because Africa is the next green savanna of the world. Not just the way they say Kenya is the green savanna of Africa, but Africa is where everybody is looking at. I want to start by challenging us to think that who is in our rooms. Because if you don't know who is in the room that you are in, you are not able to strategically position yourself to get to the next level. They say that your next network or that big dream that you are looking at, that big sponsor you are looking at, could just be 6 people from where you are seated. And ask yourself, from the table that you are in, who is the 6th person that could be carrying that dream that you want to go with? It is therefore my great calling to us tonight to ask us, when we go to events like this, when we go to networking events, do we go there to net sit? Do we go there to net eat? Or do we go there to network? Networking is work. We must be deliberate on cultivating the relationships. I feel bad that I see Rose today, and Rose, we were to have a meeting before I went to the UK. That is Rose of Beauty Makeup by Rose. I feel bad that we have not had the meeting. But this is the challenge I'm giving to all of us. When we meet, let's just not meet to reflect and to eat and to complain about the politics or the football that is going to happen in England. Let's just start thinking about the strategic relationship that can be born in such rooms that we are in. It is only last month that I was privileged to launch my first book, The Room Where It All Happens. And I know that copy is with my team there. And I want to challenge you to start thinking, when you go into a room, do you see opportunities or do you see people and obstacles? It is therefore my calling to us that if we have to achieve the African dream of getting African solutions as Africans and for Africans, we start thinking about how we can strategically position ourselves to influence each other positively and to avoid the negative perspective that is being spread by the few minority who are showing us that Africa has no capacity. I stand here as one who is not yet fulfilled but a work in progress. And therefore, as I speak to you, I'm not speaking like an angel who came down from heaven in the morning. I am also beating myself hard to ensure that one day we can have an African dream where we are getting solutions from within ourselves. I stand here to challenge us tonight to start thinking about excellence as our own lifestyle. I have adopted it in my life that I will not allow mediocrity if excellence is an option. They say that evil prevails when good people do nothing. And I'm here to tell you that yes, evil will continue to prevail in Africa if the so-called good people are doing nothing. We must arise and shine because Africa is shining in every other sphere apart from within ourselves. As I speak to you, I am challenged to reflect about the kind of networks that can come out of such a meeting, looking at each other not just as assets, but looking at each other as relationship. They say your network is your net worth, but I'm here to challenge that analogy and say your network is your net worth based on how strong your relationship is. You cannot tell me that you are going to have so many people around you and you are surrounding yourself with people who are complaining every morning and you tell me you become a billionaire. I challenge you, show me a person who lives with mediocrity, who lives with people who are complaining and is succeeding in their business. We must stop thinking about the problems and see an opportunity in every problem. I am a believer, yes, I am in real estate, and I can tell you, the reason I joined real estate with Nyatanjema real estate was not just anything. I saw that everybody was complaining that real estate people are crooks and they are stealing from people. And I know some of them have even conned ourselves. But I want to tell you, I decided if I don't get into that platform, I cannot get myself controlling the system. I decided to get into it. Getting into it was not an easy thing, but I got into it with a full fit, knowing that it is not an easy business. I want to tell you something that happened, and this I've never said in any public place, but when I joined real estate, the first thing that happened, I was actually attacked by some people who came and trailed me because they knew I would advocate for the right thing. So as I was going to open my gate, as the security officer was opening my gate, I saw some two guys come, and one on the right, the other one on the left on my car, and told me, young man, don't go and bring that righteousness of yours in the market. This thing has its own. And I am here to tell you, for the last 7 years, I have been able to advocate for the right thing. Because when you stand for the right thing, even the evil will bow down. And therefore, as Africans and as Kenyans, we must be outstanding when everybody else is studying. It is through it that later, when we formed an association for real estate stakeholders, they said, who can be fit to be our spokesperson? And for the last 4 years, I have been the spokesperson of real estate in Kenya, advocating for the right things to be done. And therefore, I want to challenge us tonight. What is happening wrong in your industry? What is not going on right, and what are you doing? Because if we don't do it excellently, we don't get the right results. Remember, it is only when we take a step that the world will listen to us. I quote the good book in the book of Proverbs, chapter 22 and verse 29. A verse that I love. Do you see a man who excels in his work? He will dine before kings. He will not dine before unknown men. Let us excel in whatever we do. Because when we excel in whatever we do, we get people looking for us, not us looking for them. And the rooms that we step in, people will respect who we are, and they will not complain about the potential we have. Africa is rich. We are going to be wealthy, but we must remain united in excellence for the same cause. As Topspin is bringing us together to award the top 50 CEOs tonight, my question is, getting to the top is easy, but remaining on the top is the challenge. May we find many of you here that next year Collins and the team will not have enough of 50. They'll get 100. They'll get 1,000. Because not only are we going to remain authentic, but we are also going to cause an impact by mentoring others. I stand to you tonight, challenging us to go beyond the norm and make sure Africa rises again, Kenya rises again, and together great things shall happen. And as I always say, this I say in real estate, the best time to invest was 10 years ago. The other best time to invest is now. The best time to step up was 10 years ago. The other best time to step up and be excellent is now. For Africa is waiting for me and you to stand and be great. God bless you.